Welcome back to DigiBros. You know what's funny? I just like thought about, because I said next time on DigiBros you didn't make any noise, which you usually make a weird noise, and I was just remembering that I was
about to make a weird noise.
Oh my god, this looks like the first level of Demon Souls. That bridge down there.
Yeah. We were there before.
I was just thinking about like I've been saying that for so long I forgot that is literally just the Game Grumps outro.
Oh really?
Like, because originally their videos would end with them saying next time on Game Grumps, and then one of them would go like, and then it would end.
You're
usually
right.
cut off in the middle of them saying it. But then they added that whole end screen thing. But you know, we're not sellouts like that. Our episodes just fucking end. We don't care about.
Are you ready for
YouTube
some cool
success.
shit? Oh wait, no, there's a lame boss and then there's cool shit. I forgot about this boss because it's lame.
Anyways, oh yeah, we're on the new episode. So let's tell the story of So let me paint a picture for you. About 10 months ago, I had a dream. We
listen to spooky music.
Well, look at this big motherfucker. He's big. Is this really considered a boss? He's just got a
There's
normal...
more.
Let's see. He's so fucking big.
It's kind of a weird, like, pseudo boss, though.
Anyway, 10 months ago, I was like, man, I want to establish this PCP headquarters. I want to have people around to work on shit together, you know?
Yeah.
Let's get it moving. Let's get the ball rolling. And I don't remember exactly how it came to... Well, we had thought for a while that we were going to move to LA, because we thought you were moving to LA.
Yeah.
And then
God, I forgot about that plan. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, like, it started... like, this whole
what
idea...
were we thinking?
This whole idea that everybody was, like, going to move at some point really began with, like, you know, Victor was going to go to grad school, and we were like, maybe we'll all follow him. Maybe we'll follow him to Austin. Maybe we'll follow him to LA. And this was well documented on DigiBros. But that all fell through because Victor and Hope, you know, were going steady.
Got committed as fuck.
Yes, Victor and Hope got committed. Victor was like, you know what? I don't want to fucking go to California. I want to stay here with my girlfriend. So
basically.
So the grad school thing, that didn't happen. So then we were all like, well, shit, then where are we going to go? Like, I'm kind of bored of Virginia Beach, and I want to get out of my parents' house, you know? So what are we going to do? And then at some point, and I don't remember how exactly it came to this, but Mom and Dad were like, we'll just move out and leave you guys the house. And you guys can move in your friends. We were like, okay. So my parents moved down
Pretty
to
sure
the
that
beach.
was your idea. Don't make it like that was their idea. That was definitely your idea.
No, I thought me and my friends were going to move into a different place. Like, I thought we were all going to get a place together somewhere nearby. Mom and Dad definitely had the idea of leaving us the house. Why would they just go along with that if I came up with it?
I don't know.
It's an insane plan. I'm pretty sure Dad had this idea.
I don't know.
Dad
I feel like you tend to retroactively think things were other people's ideas when they were completely yours.
That is extremely true. DeVue will agree with you heavily.
Thus, being able to dodge the blame of, like, being the one who had this ridiculous idea.
I don't think I had this idea,
else.
though. Like, I mean, I'm sure I was along for the ride. Why would I come up with this? Like,
because you're insane.
I'm just wondering, like, why would Mom and Dad go along with it if I came up with it? I think Dad came up with it.
I don't know.
Like, because they wanted to... I think it was that we were like, we'll move, and they were like, well, if you guys move, then we don't want to have this huge-ass house. So why don't we leave you the house and we'll move?
I think it could have started with thinking I was going to move, and then moving in DeVue when I moved out. And then going from
that was a
there.
part of it.
Like, that might have been the initial thought.
All I know is we had this idea of, like, yeah, we were thinking about moving people in, and look, to be frank, like, the real thing behind all of this is that Dad has always wanted to move. Dad is always thinking about moving. His brain is stuck in move mode. It has been this way for forever. I mean, as you all know, we moved constantly growing up, but we've lived in this house for like 8 years, and our dad has constantly talked about moving the whole time we've lived here.
Yeah.
Like, within a year, he started talking about how he's always wanted to move to the Midwest, or he wants to move to California, or he wants to move to Texas. And
he would have wanted to move there instead of this house, but we wanted to stay in the same schools.
Yeah, that's the main
only
reason
why we stayed.
Main reason we stayed here was so that we wouldn't have to leave our high school, and then our college, and then Shade's job, and then, but like at some point, my dad, because you know the main reason that this particular house is particularly out of the way because we live like on the far side of the city. That was the.
Anytime I scream, that means the screen cut out for us, and I couldn't see anything, and I thought I was going to die, and I was afraid, I was scared, and became confused.
Anyways, you know the main thing is
our exciting boss.
Our house is out of the way in Virginia Beach, and so my parents were like, "Hey, we'll move down to the beach, like the actual beach." And there'll be fun stuff to do, and we'll chill out down there. And so they did, but then they immediately went vegan, and so neither of them drinks alcohol or does anything anymore, so it was totally pointless. They cut off all their options, like, right after moving down there. And so...
Now they just want to go be vegan somewhere.
Yeah.
They want to go vegan.
So, so they were like, yeah, we'll get our own place, and you guys move in your...
Look at this fucking asshole healing this bullshit, even though he's nowhere near this guy. There's like no fucking chance to stop his heals. This boss sucks ass.
So my vision...
My guy's too slow with his attack.
My vision was... Because the ultimate goal was move all the PCP into one place, you know? And, as I've mentioned before, funnily enough, the two members of the PCP that did move in were kind of the two who were almost least necessary to move in. Yeah. Because Devu's my editor, and I mostly need him for stuff that we don't do like together per se. But I thought he'd be. I thought I'd use him for stuff. I thought I'd put him in vlogs. He thought I'd put him in vlogs. I didn't end up doing it. Just ended up completely changing my mind about what kind of content I wanted to make at all. Like I really had this idea of making these highly edited vlogs that just completely didn't. Like right after he moved in, I just was like, you know what? I don't even want to do those kind of vlogs. That doesn't even seem like a good idea.
Yeah.
I like the stuff I'm doing now, and I want to move on to like bigger, more insane projects and stuff.
That was boss.
Yeah.
Gave me a Titanite slab.
But so yeah, I definitely like fucked up with the whole with that whole plan.
They give me 96,000 souls.
And then Ben's an artist who wasn't really related to the stuff I was doing anyways. But part of the idea was that having them here would then lead to everybody else coming here. Like we had a headquarters set up, and PCP would all move to one spot. And part of the plan was we get everybody into one place and then we spread out. Like, you know, we get Ben and Devu, we get them on their feet, they start making more money, because part of this idea was that everybody would make more money living here.
Yes.
Which Devu did. By the end, he's making more than he did before. He's never ended up with any savings. And Ben never made more money because he somehow, like, just became way less productive, and I don't really know why. So...
Because he's a Ben.
Yeah. So, like... So they both moved in, and the thing is that, like, you know, everybody else was like, well, we're kind of on hold. Like, you know, we thought Jesse might come sooner, but he ended up with his basement flooding. He's got all these plans with Boozy Floozy. We had, you know, Nate's still like, probably going to take another fucking year because he's waiting until he's, like, super safe on YouTube before he'll leave his job. Hippo, it'd be a whole nightmare to get him to the U.S., you know? So it was like, basically... it was like, well, nobody's even close to ready, you know? And within a month, Ben was like, I don't really enjoy living here. Like, Virginia Beach sucks. Like, he loves me and Devu, loves living with us. He's, like, super into living with the two of us, but not into living in Virginia Beach. So Ben was, and part of it was that he couldn't get laid. So he was like, we gotta get out of here. And I apologize to everybody who's heard this whole part of the story before. I just want to tell it all the way through, because it builds to this epic moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, that we're like, let's get out of here. Ben ends up getting a girlfriend in Georgia. He's like, let's move to Atlanta, because I had been thinking about Portland and Austin, and I wanted to go to all these different cities and find out which one was the best and decide where I wanted to move. And then we went to Georgia, and it was all right. But then Ben was like, yeah, I'm just going to move in with my girlfriend. And we were like, cool, that frees me and Devu up to do whatever the hell we want. And Devu was like, moving to Georgia is fucking terrifying, and I want to move my girlfriend in with me, so I'm just going to go back out to Missouri and have my parents help me get a place and move my girlfriend in. And I was like, that sounds genius, because I also think you moving to Atlanta sounds terrifying for you, because you have no idea what you're doing. You've never moved into a place before, and you're trying to move your girlfriend in, and you're like, you'll barely be making enough money to do that, you know? So he goes back to Missouri. Are you supposed to dual wield these?
Yeah,
insane.
Dual wielding giant sword. That was what I got from that last guy. Boom. Fuck it. You want to play with these?
So then I was like, well, I don't know where the fuck I want to go. I'll just go everywhere. I'll just live with everybody. I'll just tour the fucking country. I'll live in every fucking city. And so this is how the plan comes together. So then, the week finally arrives. Ben is gonna leave right at the start of May. Then Devu...
It's gonna be May.
Wait, May? This is May.
It's gonna be May.
Okay.
Yes.
He leaves at the start of May. And then Devu is leaving on May 10th. Ben leaves. Ben packs all his stuff, gets in his car, takes off. It's been 8 months since this began. We set up the house 8 months ago. And mind you, the idea of PCP headquarters is not gone. It's just that it didn't end up working out here, and the three of us didn't end up needing to stay together. Yeah. So, you know, Ben's got a girlfriend, he's going to go be with her. Devu's got a girlfriend, he's going to go be with her. I can be wherever I want, I don't give a fuck. Maybe at some point we're all going to end up living in the same place again. But for now, we've parted ways again. So Ben takes off, he takes all his shit, he leaves. But here's the thing. If we do this, if these guys leave, it puts us in a predicament, because the only way we were able to get our rent to be, like, super cheap and affordable was by having so many people. Yes. Like, that was part of the, like, I paid, Ben's rent was cheaper than everybody else's. I paid extra just so that he would come in here, like, to make it cheaper for him, because having him at all made it cheaper for everybody else, you know? So, like, we needed it to be this cheap. So as soon as one person leaves, the rent goes up for everybody else. So if Ben leaves, like, even if Devu had stuck around, Devu's rent is now bigger. And then if Devu leaves, everybody's rent's bigger. So when we were all... and you left already. You were here for most of the time, and then you were just like, fuck this, I'm going off to live with Hope.
Yeah, that's the plan all along.
Yeah, so Victor fucks off to go live with Hope. So as soon as Victor left, it's like, oh shit, the rent's gonna go up. Then Ben, then Devu, it's like, okay. So my parents are like, well, fuck, we can't pay for the house with only 2 people in it paying rent. They can't afford it, you know? So originally, when we were talking about how we were all going to move away, Shade had all these friends who were going to move in. Yes. Shade was like, oh, I got this guy.
Which was obviously not going to work and not going to happen.
Yeah, I knew. I knew from the start this wasn't going to pan out. But like for like a good month, he had all these guys lined up, and one by one, they all flaked out. So by the time Victor left, none of the like 6 people Shade was talking about moving in were ready to move in. So, yeah, everybody's, like, dropping off like flies. And so my dad's like, well, fuck, if you guys all take off, I gotta make this place ready for renters. And this house was, like, falling apart. Like, this house is old. It's got lots of problems. It's dirty. It's in shambles. And my dad's like, oh, my God, how am I going to get this ready for renters? Because we gotta have it rentable within, like, a month, you know? So he's freaking out. He's like, what do I do? Do I sell this house? Do I sell that house? Do I move us all? Do I just say fuck it all and get the hell out of here? And he's under all this stress at work because his job is going shitty. They've been like, you know, all year they've been doing bad because his store's been like under repair. So basically the story is he works at a BMW dealership as the general manager, and they haven't been selling well all year. Last year they killed it. Last year they had an amazing year, which is when he you know, went to that dealership, and he killed it. But this year they've been under construction. The place doesn't even look open. It looks closed. They've been sucking while they're under remodeling. And they have a meeting where it's like the representative from BMW and the bosses and my dad, and the BMW people are like, well, you know, we understand. This place is under renovation, so of course this is going to happen. The bosses are like, no, that's no excuse. It's his fault. And my dad's like, what? You know, and the BMW people are like, what? What are you talking about? They're like, we gotta hold you know, accountable. Like, oh, we didn't do enough. So my dad's like, oh God, they're going to fire me. And he's just like pissed. They've been overworking him for the amount of pay he's getting and stuff like that. Like he's making less but working more than he was the year before. So he's pissed off. So he's like, oh, fuck these fucking guys. Fuck them. But, you know, he doesn't, my dad cannot quit. He cannot just quit. He couldn't just leave, you know. So he was just sitting there like, oh my God, like, I hope they fire me. Like, I hope they do. I hope they do so I can just work somewhere else. I'm sick of these guys, right? So, the time's finally arriving. Everything's coming to a head. We're having all these meetings and stuff. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Ben leaves. Davu's leaving in 2 days. Dad gets fired. Mm-hmm. Right in between them leaving. And Dad goes, all right, me and Mom are moving back into that house, selling this beach house, remodeling the whole thing for the next month because I don't have a job now, so I can just do whatever I want. I'm just going to show up there and remodel the house for the next couple of weeks.
There she is.
And so the second Davu left, my parents were here every day remodeling the house. And it just such a perfect story. It's such a perfect shape. Like, oh yeah, it's the stuff that Nate was talking about. So you appreciate the serendipity here, Victor.
Yes, I've been appreciating it for quite some time.
So it's literally a season of Entourage. It's literally a full season.
Yes.
You were saying Silicon Valley.
It feels like a season of a show in general, where it opened with those guys moving in and this big ridiculous plan, and it ends with the plan fell through. Everyone's doing their own thing and moving on.
But it's because what makes it like Entourage is that in Entourage, it'll always be that the plan they were going for changes form, but there's a new plan to get you excited for the next season. You know, it's always like the season finale ends with like a fist down on the table, boom, get ready for the next one. Oh shit, you know, like that's exactly how it feels.
It's
like,
not a wither whisper.
Yeah, someone said that the season opens with my vlog called like Evolving the Channels.
Yes.
Where it's like 30 minutes. It's from August of last year. Like it was like a month before those guys were moving in, and it's me like explaining all the stuff I'm gonna do when those guys move in. Almost none of which happens. All kinds of other crazy stuff happens. RadCon 2 happens. All this wild shit happens. Everybody's life changes completely. Everybody's just totally different fucking lifestyle from what they were before. And then the plan just kind of buckles and changes because everybody's got new stuff. Those guys have new girlfriends. I've got new ambitions. Everybody's changing in this way. And then boom, Dad gets fired, and all of it sets into motion. And it was just beautiful how it just like because Dad was like freaking out with no idea what to do. He was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when you guys leave. I don't know what's gonna happen. And then the second he got fired, he's like, it all makes sense now. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. You know, and I was like struggling with, am I going to get an RV? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? And then at some point it just clicked like what I had to do. And I was like, I'll just drive. I'm just going to drive around and stay with people. And like all of it just makes sense now. It was a long period of, oh my God, what are we doing? And now it's just like, this is what we're doing. Cool.
Fucking rad.
So yeah, the next season has begun. Well, I would say, I don't know. Where would you put the beginning of the next season?
Whenever we start recording more Digibros after this session, it'll be Digibros season 2.
Well, not the season of Digibros. I mean the season of.
Look at him go.
Of this.
As soon as you
story.
leave, that'll be the beginning of the next season.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that maybe. Because
you hitting the road sounds like episode 1.
I think the end. Yeah, well, I would think that the preparation would happen during like me leaving would be at the end of episode 1. You know, so like I'm thinking that Davu leaving was the season finale, and then Mom and Dad coming to fix up the house.
Feel like a season finale.
You don't think so?
No, maybe I guess fixing the house could feel like a season premiere.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. It's debatable.
Dad losing his job is the finale.
Yeah,
that's the finale. That's the open to season 2.
Well, because people were saying
finale.
that the season finale is like me showing my empty room in the vlogs. You know,
true.
Like the story began with evolving the channels and it ended with Digibros.
If you're thinking of it
chamber.
just as your story,
Yeah, well, because Davoo and Ben are now already set where they are. Yes. You know, like they were just leaving to go. Like Davoo is definitely in his next season because he now has to find a place. You know, he's in
eating the dark soul of man.
Davoo's second season has begun. So I really think it ends with when Davoo leaves, because then his plan set into motion, my plan set into motion, Mom and Dad's plan is set into motion. So they all start. You know, so like we are currently in episode 1 of the next season.
The final boss of Dark Souls, the franchise. It's Santa Claus. That's it. It's just Santa Claus. That's literally who he is. It's gotcha. Dark Souls is over. You fought Santa Claus. It's over.
Cool.
Or Mr. Red Riding Hood.
Is he like a? Oh. What's he relevant to?
What the DLC. He around? He's just he's a spooky man. The sword doesn't do much at all.
I mean, they couldn't make a series closer boss when they already did that at the end of the actual game. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
He was the perfect one.
This is a perfect boss fight, though. It's pretty great. Not as good as Koss, but pretty fucking cool.
Koss is
better effects.
What the fuck was I thinking? Yeah, I'm thinking we're in the middle of episode 1, and episode 1 will sort of end when I take off, because then everybody will be on their way, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the reason I had to tell that whole story, I didn't expect to take as long as I did with it, since it's the end of the episode already, but...
I was trying to, let the episode end with getting to this guy, and then just do the final episode of doing the last boss, you know?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Alright, well, we'll do that. You want to just stop right in the middle of this?
Yeah! Next time on DigiBros, you'll find out if I die. Which, I mean, obviously.
Welcome back to DigiBros.
I'm gay.
This is the big... I guess this is the last episode. We're only doing 3, because we got to the boss.
We might as well, yeah. Let's just do a giant last boss episode.
So we were talking about I told the whole story of the last 8 months in the last episode. A lot of it was redundant. I apologize for that. Well,
redundant stories!
The real reason I wanted to tell that whole story was because I needed to establish why my parents were here and why they were moving back in. Because, yeah, it was really, really surreal that I dropped Davoo off at the airport. Yes. And then I came home, and Dad was already here, fixing stuff up for the last 2 days before Davoo left. He'd gotten fired, so he was just here immediately fixing stuff. And the first thing they did was to move all the stuff back into the den. Yes. And
which makes it feel like nothing happened.
No, it really feels same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
None of it happened. Same
as it ever was.
It's right back to where it was.
Same as it ever was.
Except I'm God.
It's fucking really trippy. Yeah, it looks exactly the same as it did, which it had not looked like at all for the last 8 months. We had a set in there. It was a totally different room, and now it's just exactly reverted back to what it was before. Super trippy. So yeah, and then I took Davoo to the airport, and well, that was before the furniture all came back, but it was just I had this sinking feeling oh god, I'm all alone in this house because Shade and Amber never leave their rooms or are never home. And then the very next day, Mom and Dad were here, and so every day, but it was so weird because they were doing it literally like a 9 to 5.
Yes.
Mom and Dad would show up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and they would clock out at 6. Hard line. At 6, they were gone, you know? And I wake up at 3 or 4 p.m.
God.
So I would see them for just a couple of hours and just kind of be like, hey, Mom and Dad, what's going on? Hanging out. And then they'd leave, and I'd just be alone, you know? And this went on for about a week while I was still planning what I'm planning to, where my trip's going to take me and everything. So for a week, it's I get human interaction during the day, and then I'm just totally alone at night. And it definitely felt weird, but it didn't reach the point of loneliness per se, because I kept seeing Mom and Dad every day, you know? So I was just kind of all right, this is kind of normal. This isn't that, it's, I only saw Davoo and Ben probably half an hour a day, if that, you know, so it's not like this is totally weird. It's just weird that it's so at nighttime there is nobody. I can just go anywhere in the house, there's just nobody's here. Then it got even weirder because Shade and Amber moved up into my room, and so they're even farther away, so they don't even exist anymore. Yes. Like, now I kind of understand now why Mom and Dad were always saying that I seemed like I was just, like, never around.
Yeah.
Like, Dad would, like, never know when I was home. Like, he would always say, like, oh, I didn't even realize you were awake. I didn't know you were home. Like, I never truly appreciated how when someone's up in that room, you just don't even think about their existence. Yeah. Because they're so far away. So as far as I'm concerned, Shade and Amber don't even really live in the same house with me. They're in this apartment that I was in, you know? And then the last few days, Mom and Dad went out to Denver to visit our uncle. So they haven't been here. And so it's been non-stop me by myself. You haven't been here for the last few days.
Yes.
Let me tell you, man, shit got... Shit got weird and scary. It got weird and scary being here completely alone. Because it fucks with your head to not see any people you know for a whole day. Yeah. You know, to like wake up and be like, well, I guess I'm getting to work.
This is why I always, like, I couldn't imagine you being alone in, like, the RV, because it would be like that every day in a small space, you know? But you just not see anyone.
But I'd see the people I was visiting. Like...
unless you don't.
Like, what are the odds I'd go, like, 3 days in a row and never see whoever's town I was in, you know? Like, I'm going to these places to hang out with people, you know? Like, I'm not planning to go anywhere that there's not somebody I know.
I mean, the way you're doing it now, but if you were living in an RV and, like, staying in a place for a couple months, like, you're not going to hang out with some guy every day. I was planning
to stay there for a month.
Like, people will get sick of you. Nobody wants to hang out for a month.
It's not about hanging out. It's about doing shit together. Like, I'm going to go hang out with Nate, who's going to want to do projects with me. Like, his whole goal is to have people around who can do work with him, you know? That's the kind of planning I'm doing. Everything to me is about work. There's no such thing as when I say hang out, I mean work, you know?
You know what I fucking mean. Don't fucking whatever.
No, it's... I'm talking about, like, basically setting up a new job with this person, you know, that we meet every day and clock in and clock out, you know? But in any case, now I'm definitely just going to people's houses.
I thought I was dead.
But,
God, this is gonna be time.
Yeah, that's how it tends to go.
So tired.
Tell me about it, dude. But yeah. What was I fucking saying? What were we talking about?
I don't know, man. You're just going on about all this stuff.
You haven't said anything.
I have no input. I don't. I've heard it all a million times.
Don't you have stories? You said back when we were in the restaurant, you had something you wanted to talk about.
I did some stuff or whatever. I don't remember. I'm trying to fight the boss.
Yeah, so just let me keep going.
I felt like shit the whole time we were doing this. Yeah, I wasn't stopping you.
What the fuck was I saying though? What was I getting to? Oh yeah, well just the weirdness of being actually completely alone.
Yeah.
And just like, because again, I didn't even see Ben and Devu very much. I'd like see them for maybe a few minutes out of the day. We cross paths in the kitchen once. Or we stand on the back porch and have a cigarette, you know? Or Victor's here for half an hour to pick up a fucking thing. Like, or we go to lunch, you know? Like, I see some, I drive Ben to Wawa. Like, something would be there. And it's normal for it to not be there for a day. That's fine. One day, that's fine. When you get into 2 days, that's when it gets weird. Oh. That's when it's like, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody anymore. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I am. And then when it got really weird was a couple of nights ago when I did my test packing, because I was in this other room where all my shit is that I'm leaving for storage, and I had like this pretty baller desk set up that was actually pretty comfortable. If not for the fact that Mom and Dad were moving into the room right behind me, I would have been tempted to just stay here. I was like, yeah, this setup's not even that bad. I don't even mind living downstairs. I'm terrified. I'm a baby. I want to be a baby forever. I don't want to leave the house. But I can't record all night with Mom and Dad living right there. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I also, there's lots of little things I miss about my room. Like, for instance, I now have to put on pants to go to the bathroom. That's really obnoxious. You know?
You just be in your underwear. I mean...
I don't want to put on. I just want to get out of bed and go straight to the bathroom without putting on pants.
Oh, gross.
You know.
You're naked and around. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it in my house now.
Exactly.
It's amazing. But
exactly. Having to put go, oh, that's right. I just want to pee, but now I gotta put on pants.
I mean, I usually wear underwear at least. I don't sleep naked or anything.
Well,
because it's weird.
No,
and I just don't think it's comfortable.
I don't sleep naked. I sleep with a shirt on.
Which is even stranger.
Like
the shirt bothers me. Like I sleep shirtless. I sleep in my underwear.
It's because
wearing a shirt is insane to me.
It's because I sweat constantly in my sleep.
So you want that trapped in a shirt?
Yes.
On your body.
As opposed to inescapably all over my bed. Yeah. You know.
You thought he was a guy before? Oh,
that was part 1.
He's gonna be a guy again.
How many parts are there?
It's 2.
Is this the blood? I do not know these things.
It's the paint. The blood of the dark soul.
Dark soul.
He is the dark soul.
Dark souls had a plot. Indeed. It's not even this fucking lines. Had a story. Had a story, you ask? Indeed. Perhaps if your vision was not obscured by myriad deaths. Something like that. It's been a while.
That's the thumbnail of the videos!
Oh. Sick.
Yeah, it was a good thumbnail.
It is a good thumbnail.
With my face on his face. Because he's their last
face
boss.
What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, you don't see anybody for a couple days. Oh, I packed up all my stuff as a test to see how much I could fit in the car, which turns out is a fuckload. The point that space wasn't even a concern in the slightest. I overpacked, and then I brought it all back inside. And because the room I had been in had become such a clusterfuck for the process of me finding everything to pack, I just set up my stuff in the other room, which is the one Victor used to live in, before Ben and Devu moved in, and you went over to Mom's office, which was like a weird, terrible idea.
Nightmare. Fucking nightmare.
I assume you did that to make yourself leave faster,
and because I didn't want to fuck over someone else with that room yet.
Why do they deserve it over?
Because I'm a selfless boy.
So yeah, but I'm in the room that was originally Victor's, and it's really echoey, and it's like...
it's partially because I didn't want anyone to move out. I didn't want someone to get that room and be like, oh, this sucks, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. And I'm in a weird position next to the door, and something about being in this room and realizing, because I just packed all my shit, and I was getting really nervous as I was packing it, and really processing what I'm doing. Oh my god, I'm taking all my stuff and I'm gonna put it in a car and I'm gonna be gone for 2 months. Oh shit, oh fuck, this is crazy. And then I unpacked it all and put it all in here, and that's when it really sank in. I am completely alone. I am in a giant house. I am about to leave on a journey.
Oh, the skull explosion's so badass.
I'm not even gonna get to say goodbye to Mom and Dad because I didn't realize how long they were leaving town for.
Now it's fucking raining lightning.
I don't want to stick around till fucking Wednesday when they get home. Because I need to get the hell out of here before I lose my fucking mind. And so yeah, I got really, really anxious and started making constant videos. I have a condition called stress vlogging.
Stress vlogging.
Yes, I am the first person to have this condition.
You can diagnose that.
I'm a new medical mystery. Apparently my way of dealing with anxiety is just to vlog constantly. But not to vlog about the anxiety, because that actually makes me more anxious. Because then I have to look at it and think about publishing it and how people are going to react to it. And be all like, oh, you should do this and
You're gonna see a psychiatrist.
No, not like that. It's like, oh, you should change your diet, or you should go see. You should go get out more.
Changing anything is bullshit and a lie. Do exactly what you've been doing. Everything's cool.
And I'm just like, I have a plan. I have a plan in motion. The anxiety is temporary. It's just that I have to be here for another 5 days.
Bro, everything's temporary, bro. Bro, dude, seriously, like, everything's temporary, bro.
Oh my god.
Don't even fuck around,
Existentialism, bro.
Bro, dude.
You ever heard of Alan Watts?
Well, I don't know. Probably Naomi Watts.
No, he's a British philosopher from the 50s, and he has a cool voice. I sampled him in one of my songs, my recent songs. And it's funny because I only found out about him because there's this game that came out called Everything.
Yeah.
Did you watch that Errant Signal video about that? Yeah, the guy.
Someone's video about that game.
It was probably Errant.
Yeah, it was him.
The whole game is just like has Alan Watts voice clips playing through.
Yeah.
And so I was putting together the song Heat Death, and I was like, I really need a like minute long, like really a sample that has lots of gravity to it, like someone talking really dramatically about some kind of philosophical idea, and I couldn't think of anything on YouTube. So then I thought, oh, what about that guy who was the voice in the Everything game? So I looked him up, and I was like listening to one of his lectures, and I found a clip that worked. And I ended up having to like chipmunk it.
Fuck.
I had to speed it
both
up.
of us have like one hit left.
No! What did you do?
What the fuck? I dodged!
No, you didn't.
I was like, yeah, just slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the fucking race.
Why?
I tried to eat those couple hits while he was.
Why? You
doing
had
his
no
thingy.
health.
Yeah, I forgot just how little damage I do to him,
Yeah,
God damn it. I was there, man. I was fucking there.
Utter fool.
It's okay. Now I got some rhythm to it.
So anyways, yeah, I had looked up Alan Watts clips just to put in my song, and then I've been listening to lo-fi hip-hop constantly for the last few days.
Yes.
So to explain to everybody what lo-fi hip-hop is, it's this terrible genre of hip-hop music, I'm gonna say. And here's why.
Fuck.
Because it's just, okay, there's a great video you can watch by Frank Javci called How to Nujabes J Dilla Beat. And he explains how to make a beat by either Nujabes or J Dilla, who both had extremely similar styles of chilled out, jazzy, like piano riffs over boom bap beats, right? And they just happen to both have been born on the exact same day. They both died in their 20s, in the mid-2000s, and both are like legendary guys that everybody loves. So Nujabes, he did the Samurai Champloo soundtrack. Me and Victor have been listening to his music since 2007 or so when we first downloaded his albums. Like, pretty familiar with his music, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
So like, basically anything that sounds like him I consider to be something that sounds like Nujabes.
Yes.
Yeah. But there wasn't a whole ton of shit that sounds exactly like him. Like, you can tell one of his songs when it comes on. So Frank Javci made this video explaining how their beats are made, which is unfucking believably simple. You just take like a sample of a little piano refrain and loop it alongside a boom bap beat, and you basically have a Nujabes song.
Yes.
Like, he makes one in the video that is like, practically a fully fledged Nujabes song. Shade used the exact technique to make the beat for Failure.
Yeah.
And I started making hip-hop beats just because I realized how easy it was from watching that video. Now, I don't know if Frank had any hand in causing this, but in the last few months, there's been this explosion of lo-fi hip-hop compilations. Like, it's just hip-hop music that deliberately, it uses like old samples and usually has like some kind of tape echo or tape hiss or
I just got fucking raped.
Vinyl sounds.
And I hate my life,
like
and I hate God. I hate the world.
And all of it just sounds like Nujabes or J Dilla, but like the most simplified possible version. Like literally anyone could make most of the songs that come out. And the thing about it is that a lot of them are just rip-offs of existing songs. Like, I've heard songs that literally just use like the same samples as the Nujabes song, but like 3 seconds later in the original. Or there's this one song called what's it called? It's a song with MF Doom and the RZA, just look up both of their names and you'll find the song. It has this really amazing sample from like this old Japanese sounding like or Chinese like guitar playing or whatever, and it sounds fucking fantastic. I've heard 2 different songs on lo-fi hip-hop radio that use the exact same sample in the exact same way. They're obviously just ripping off that song. And these people are putting this shit on like Bandcamp and stuff. Like they're selling. I mean, vaporwave is kind of the same thing in future funk, where they're just taking an '80s funk song and slowing it down, and anybody could do it. You know, it is the most simplistic shit in the world. And of course, the people who make this music will always like, no, there's more to it than that. And I'm like, you know, some of you might be putting in more effort. But you can listen to these radio stations and you can tell that some of these people are just fucking ripping off other beats and doing it in an hour.
Man, what was that? That was gay. That was bullshit. That was
which is why there's so
not
much of
Kush.
it. That's why future funk was such a massive genre. Like there's 1,000 million future funk artists because literally anybody could do it just by having FL Studio, you know, or even fucking Audacity. And the same goes for lo-fi hip hop. But because of YouTube's algorithm and because of the nature of lo-fi hip hop, it has become unavoidable because lo-fi hip hop goes with everything. Yeah. Anything you do, it makes perfect sense as the background music for it. Like, so you can just have it on all day. And so first it was people making like, you know, DJ compilations, like, oh yeah, it's like 3 hours and just a bunch of songs leading into each other. But then they started doing 24-hour live stream radio on YouTube. And because it plays into YouTube's algorithms perfectly, because the goal is to keep you listening to stuff all day, you know, that's how YouTube works. Yes. And like, so it's perfect for the retention, and it's because
constantly trending.
Like, yeah, it's all, I mean, it's all I have on the home tab now because I keep clicking on it. So yeah, you've constantly got lo-fi hip-hop radio trending because it's so easy to listen to that people are just going to put it on and leave it on all day. And so I've left it on for like 4 fucking days of just non-stop lo-fi hip-hop, and I feel like I'm living in a Casey Neistat video.
Yes.
Like,
I always wonder, I'm like, where does he get this infinite database of these, like,
this is all one guy.
Beats? Yeah,
he has figured. Like, there's just one dude, like, or like a couple of guys. Like, he'll credit at the end of the video, and it's always the same couple of names. But it's basically that kind of music. Though his are usually not so lo-fi, but they're the same like style.
Chilled out.
But he does sometimes have lo-fi ones. But like, yeah, it's the same feel. And yeah, it just, you can just leave it on forever, and it keeps recommending it to you. But most importantly, because at first I was watching the Chilled Cow one, because that's the one I had seen in Frank Jeffcey's video. Frank Jeffcey made a video about lo-fi hip-hop in which he was like, yeah, I already made a video about how to do this. It's the Nujabes J Dilla one. But here, I'll show you how to do it another way. And he like did a live piano over a beat. And he did it with like ridiculous, like he had the gain turned all the way up so it sounded all shitty and stuff. It was hilarious. But the funny thing about it is I think it's entirely possible that his J Dilla and Nujabes video is partially responsible for this. Because it has, I mean, it's got 100,000 views, which is not a ton in the grand scheme of things. But if even 1/10 of the people who watched it decided to go make that kind of music, then that's a 10,000 fucking, you know, producers.
hip-hop artists.
Yeah. So, like, you know, like, I know for a fact both me and Shade went and did it, you know, not necessarily to create that exact style, but like, you know, we copied the technique. And I know Blind Skywatcher did it too. So like, yeah, it probably affected this because it blew up just a couple months after he made that video. And so much of it is like, and I know it's all like mostly Nujabes influence because they constantly use anime samples. Yeah. And it's all from dubs. You will hear, and the funniest thing to me is that
those are amazing. This is the best part.
The funniest thing to me,
like images, gifs from Akira set to lo-fi hip hop.
No. It's always from either Ghibli movies or like it's always a character studying.
A lot of cyberpunk stuff, you know.
Well, yeah, there's some of that. But, like, because the most famous ones will be, like, a loop of a character studying. And there's one that's from Whisper of the Heart. It's, like, this girl, like, writing in a notebook. And then there's one from Wolf Children, of a woman writing stuff down, and yeah, like because it's promoted as like studying and relaxing music, which it is great for, as well as literally everything else. But the funniest part to me is that the anime I hear sampled the most often is Cowboy Bebop, which is really funny because I feel like they're doing that because Samurai Champloo would be too obvious.
Yeah.
You know, like I have heard some Samurai Champloo clips, but I hear a lot of Bebop, Bebop samples and clips. I've heard some like what was some Twin Peaks samples. The only problem, you know what the problem?
That's the wrong way.
You know what the only problem with you is? You're perfect. That sample from Audrey.
I want to die.
Hot.
I'm gonna kill myself and the slave knight Gil.
But yeah, one of the samples I kept hearing was Alan Watts. So eventually, after hearing enough Alan Watts clips in lo-fi hip-hop, I just started listening to Alan Watts lectures with lo-fi hip-hop playing under it.
Yes.
And yeah, that's a fun time. It's just, he's just, all of his stuff is just like about the nature of the universe and shit, and like yin and yang, and like
yin yang.
Taoist
Jump
stuff.
on the fucking yin yang. Yin yang.
Which just so happens I'm a big fan of Taoist philosophy. The idea that, as I put it in Almost Nothing, the Tao states that for somethingness to be, there must be nothingness.
Yes.
It's like a weird, like, you know, nihilists. They believe in nothing, but it's not that they don't believe in anything. It's that they believe in nothing as a concept. This is me, and I'm just fucking around now, but yeah, I don't know if it's nihilistic to Taoist. I don't know. They work together. Should I consider myself a nihilist or a Taoist? Which one do you think?
No.
Okay, that's a good answer. That makes sense. That's
adequate. I'm losing it, man.
But yeah, my favorite of all the channels is, and there's actually two channels using this exact same one. One of them definitely ripped the other off.
You know what's bullshit?
What?
Fucking Miyazaki, the bitch who made Dark Souls, had a perfectly good chance to name a character Slave Knight Gupta. He fucked it up. He named him Gale. That's gay. That's fucking lame. Slave Knight Gupta. Hashtag Slave Knight Gupta. Let's change the game. Let's change the rules. Let's change the minds.
Anyway.
Slave Knight Gupta.
My favorite of all the radios is the one with the super fucking hot girl in the spaceship. You know which one I'm talking about?
The one that was your background or whatever?
Yeah, well, that's another picture of the same character. See, there's this one, it's this girl who's like laid back in a chair in a spaceship, and she's unbelievably fucking hot, and she's like playing video games in space, and one of them, she's playing, like one of them, they have her playing different stuff, and in one she's like, it looks like she's playing Phantasy Star Online, which would be badass if that's the case. But I just thought she was super fucking hot, so I kept watching that one just because of the girl. Like, I was like, yeah, fuck all these Ghibli fucking faggots. I'm gonna watch this one with the fucking hot-ass space girl. They're all playing the same shit.
Ghibli is lame as shit.
No. Ghiblis are. I haven't actually seen Whisper of the Heart, though. Which I should. It's supposed to be a masterpiece. But yeah, I thought this girl was so fucking hot. Yeah, but, like,
everything's supposed to be a masterpiece by Ghibli, right?
It all is.
No.
It all is. Which one's not?
Have you seen the fucking Tanuki one? It's garbage.
No one considers that. No one regards that one as
it's bullshit, man.
Pompoko.
Yes. Go watch Pompoko.
I generally am not a fan of, what's his name's movies.
Yes. Cooch Machine.
Cooch Machine.
Yes. The man who's obsessed with Tanuki
The president of Ghibli, Cooch Machine.
I just love Tanuki Tate.
I'm never gonna remember his name now. Damn it.
Nuka Hooch.
Another movie of his that I've seen that I really like.
Alright guys, we beat Dark Souls 3. I killed the boss. Look, he's dead. It's over.
No.
See you next time on Shinji Bros.
For a brief second I thought you were serious.
No. I could have got away with it, huh?
Anyway. Oh god, you suck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What the fuck was I thinking? Oh, yeah, she's super hot. And, so today I looked up, I was like, please tell me that there exists more of this character. And amazingly, there is. The artist who drew that picture has like 6 or 7 images of her all being super hot on a spaceship. And then I was like, wait a minute. Hot girl in space, that's what I currently have. And I've had this desktop for like a fucking year and a half or something. It's time to finally change it. So I changed it to this other hot girl in space. Because I like my desktop to be really dark. I do not like it to... I want it to be a, you know, cool picture and stuff, but I don't want it to have any brightness in it. I've tried... Like, I wanted to use the back... For like a couple of days, I had the backdrop of Stealing Your Dad's As If It Was Easy. The Munchie podcast that we do, because it's the coolest fucking image of all time. But it just was too bright to use as a background. But this hot girl in space is perfect. But I didn't use the one that's in the video, because I figure I see that all the time, you know, watching these fucking lo-fi hip-hop videos. And I'd seen it before. I knew about that picture before even those videos, but, so I picked this one where it's her from behind. She's shit. I actually worried it was too sexy for a background. I was like, people are gonna see this and be like, no, I see what you're like. I see what you're doing. But I think most people have sexy backgrounds. You live?
No, I'm fighting the boss, you know? You're talking about backgrounds and shit.
No, man. Oh, get him. What's he doing?
No, he's doing the fucking thing, that's how I died the other time. Because I was like, yeah, I can get him while he's doing this. Fuck. Oh, and the lightning, God, everything just exploded at once.
Why would I...
Oh! No! Stop it! Stop it! Don't be a dick, dude. Don't be a fucking dick! No! Fuck me in the fucking face.
We could split off into another episode if you want.
Does it matter?
I don't know, just to have more.
This is the fucking finale.
Yeah, fine.
This is the finale of finales.
Give me something to talk about.
This is the most finite finale we've had yet.
I've blown most of the stuff that I've been thinking about.
You've blown your whole fucking load, your whole gorge. Tell the story of our past. Tell our childhood memoirs of a geisha.
Long time ago,
remember when you were a geisha? That was a fucking trip.
Victor was really gay.
A long time ago. That was like yesterday, bro. I suck dick every day.
I was saying, joking on a recent Procrastinators that we recorded, that we should make a song like a parody of that song, but explaining the history of the Procrastinators, because someone asked us, like, how'd you guys all meet, in like a question. We were like, dude, we've explained this literally like dozens of times.
Yes.
Like, I don't even know if that's true. I just feel like it's true. I feel like I've told the story of how we all met literally a dozen times.
Yeah.
How did me and you meet?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Where was it?
San Diego.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's where I was born and stuff.
Yeah, what were you doing at the time?
I was coming out of a snatch, bro. Dude, it was crazy, bro. There was blood in there, like, bro. It was crazy, bro.
Oh man, I can't. You gotta, when Stealing Your Dad's As If It Was Easy, about Hardy's comes out, you gotta, or Carl Jr., whatever he calls it, you gotta listen to it, because you gotta learn about the multi-punk future that me and Munchie are now living.
I didn't come out of a snatch. I was a C-section baby. I shouldn't even exist.
Oh, yeah.
I'm an abomination of God.
We were all 3 C-section babies.
Oh yeah.
How intense is that?
It's crazy. Poor mom.
Yeah, she's tiny, man. Yep, and we were all gigantic.
Miracle of modern medicine right there. Only one of us would have been born and then she would have died. Had this been the olden times.
In the railroad times, coming out the pussy, leaving mom behind. I remember child death in the railroad sign.
Good lord.
I remember stillborn babies.
Oh god.
In the railroad sign.
No!
I just realized that the way he sings in the railroad sign is almost the exact same as the rebels of the Sacred Heart. Flogging Molly has like 2 songs.
Right?
There's the one that goes and then there's the one that's like and then all the others are the same song as that, with a couple of exceptions. And then you're like, oh, that one's different. This is not a complaint, by the way. Flogging Molly kicks ass. Or at least that out. Drunken Lullabies kicks ass. Their other albums are.
What the? How'd they come behind me? I thought I went around.
No, they frisbee. The frisbee. Is the frisbee boomerang. I'm a frisbee boomerang. You got a boomerang.
I'm a frisbee boomerang. Man, Psy, the Korean artist, has a special way of making the same song over and over again, slightly different, and it's good every time.
Fuck! Is it? Fuck! Is it good every time?
It's quality. It's always decent quality, and you're like, yeah, I could listen to that once. Or twice.
Yeah, once or
and
twice.
then you watch the video and you're like, yeah, it's the same dude looking the same with the beautiful Korean women around him.
How?
Probably the same women. You can't tell. They all look exactly the same because they all have plastic surgery.
Yeah, that's not a racial thing. They just literally
it's
are
a literal
manufactured.
thing. Exactly. They are actual androids.
How many times did you watch Oppa Gangnam Style?
Enough times.
I probably watched it like a good 20 times.
Something like that.
I love that video.
Fuck everything, dude. I might as well just die.
Have I talked before about how I used to want to do like analysis of like meme music videos, but then they stopped really happening. We haven't had like a strong meme music video in a while.
Maybe you're just not watching.
I guess you could count Raindrop Drop Top as a
Yeah.
meme, but like it's a. I don't know if like the whole video or song is a meme.
My
It's
favorite
just really that line.
meme music video right now is the newest one by Miley Cyrus. The meme is that she did a 180
yeah.
and it's like...
It's exactly what everyone thought was going to happen.
Exactly. It's definitely what I was saying was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is great because I openly said that this was going to happen because she's a manufactured personality and none of the shit she was doing was real.
Why did they put the dick in the pussy?
And it's like, oh, so she did a 180 because she doesn't exist. She's a character.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Why they put the dick in the pussy? Why they put the dick in the pussy? If you don't know what I'm talking about, please YouTube why they put the dick in the pussy and watch the first result. It should have Santana in it. Why they put the dick in the pussy? What the fuck is I thinking? Oh yeah, the old memeries. You know, you had Gangnam Style was a big fucking meme, and not like, because the thing is, the meme was a part of the video. The dance was like what made it famous, but the video, like every part of that video was mimetic. All of it was gold, you know. And it was great. It had really bold colors and unbelievable.
All of his videos look exactly like that too. It's like a fun dance and then like really bright lights and like really carefully crafted images of beauty.
Hangover.
Except for that one. That was all over the place.
That's the one I really remember.
Yeah. It's got Snoop.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop! Just hanging out for no reason.
Yeah. Hangover. Was he in the song? Or
I don't
was he
think
just
so. I think he's just in the video.
Yeah. But the one I really wanted to do analysis of was what does the fox say? Because it's such a perfect parody of like everybody. I think everybody just thought that was a goofy song about what does a fox say, but like obviously the point of it was to make fun of songs like Gangnam Style.
Yes.
Like it has this. Like, the fact that the lyrics are nonsense, but it's all about making obnoxious noises for a chorus. Like, it's basically a Chainsmokers song,
yes.
You know? Like, think of that song that's like...
Exactly.
Don't let me down, down, down. And I would just imagine going ring, ding, 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 ring, ding, 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 ding. Like, yeah, the point of it is to make obnoxious noises, but they contextualized it within this idea that it's something that a fox is saying, and all the dramatic vocals are just ducks say quack, and fish go blub, and the seal goes ow, ow, ow. You know, it was genius. It was a genius song and video, and I felt it was underappreciated. But I didn't end up making an analysis video of it within the time frame that people gave a shit about it, because I wasn't confident in my vlogging skills. But I did cover "Turn Down for What." I properly made it. Jesus Christ, you walked into that. I did have a video about why Turn Down for What was awesome. Then I found out that there's like a pair of brothers who directed that music video who are apparently like awesome. They make like short films and shit, and Film Crit Hulk is a really diehard fan. So yeah, that's why that video, it's not just
Turn Down for What?
It was not a fluke that video was fucking genius. It was a stroke of calculated brilliance by masterful directors. Shout out to all my boss boys. Yeah, I haven't had a meme. A meme.
Bangarang.
What's the last meme?
I don't know, dude.
When was the last time you remember a meme? I can't remember anything since Turn Down.
There aren't memes anymore. It's just the same shit.
But there's the meme review.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm pissed off Fantano still hasn't covered the mind-expanding meme.
Maybe it's too old.
He's even showed it in the videos recently, and I'm like, just cover the meme. It's the best meme of the whole year, easily. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite memes of all time. I'm not even a meme guy. I generally am not a huge fan of memes. Most memes, I'm just like, oh, whatever. I don't give a fuck, you know. But fucking brain-expanding meme is perfect because it works both ways. Because you're supposed to do it where the top thing is retarded.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be increasingly stupid, which is hilarious. But it's also hilarious if you do it with something that's accurate but controversial. So either way, it's a really versatile meme, and I love it. And you can do it with like basically anything.
You did it. You meme reviewed.
Yeah.
Just now.
I did.
That's all you needed to say.
Well,
just edit that audio into like a beep, 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 and then it'll be a full-length video, and it'll be perfect.
Yeah. And then add like 7 minutes of outro. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll do that just to upstage Fantano because I know people have been asking him to do it. So I'll just do it before he gets around to it and just be like, yeah, fuck you, nigga. Meme review. I can't go down the outro rabbit hole.
God.
But yeah,
oh God! He teleported! I didn't know he could do that.
I think what makes that meme, I think what makes it
work, teleported.
I think what makes it work both ways, why it works both as doing something dumb and as something legit, is that people can instantly tell. Like, anybody who knows like how it should be will look at it and they know you're
God, he gets a third strike. His moves change when the lightning starts. Fuck. If he didn't teleport. I didn't know he could teleport.
I gathered.
So close.
I gathered your lack of knowledge of his teleport.
I gotta pee. I'm gonna go pee.
Oh. Yeah, the first one of those memes I created was about moe shows. And I had the no brain expansion at all was Non Non Biori. And then above that was it Gochiusa or something? I don't remember. It might have been Gochiusa above that or something else, something lesser than that. And then it was Hidamari's sketch, and then the top is Keion. And I posted, and some people were like, oh man, like it got a shitload of retweets and likes and controversy because of me putting Non Non Biori at the bottom. And then some people were like, isn't it supposed to be dumb? And I'm like, yeah, but you knew. You knew what it was. You knew I was fucking with people. You know I was being transgressive. You know I was fucking memeing, bro. Yeah, dog. Yeah, you know it, bro. Victor, help. I also have to pee. I'm gay.
Holy fuck. I did not even realize I had, like, bad sunburns all over my fucking face.
Yeah, I've been looking at your neck, which is, like, pure
It's, like,
red.
become more red over time. I was outside all day filming. Wait, I gotta talk to you while you're in the bathroom. Alright, everyone, we're fighting Slave Nightingale. I'm gonna narrate what I'm thinking while I'm fighting him. Take on me, take me on, I'll be gone. I can't say. I've ruined my voice doing the blow wows. Now it hurts to try to sing Take on Me. Everyone should go watch HBO's The Leftovers so you can feel the most inappropriate use of stupid music in an HBO show ever.
Is it good or bad?
The Leftovers is interesting. It's not good, it's not bad,
like
it's just a show, yes. In a sense. It's about concepts more than it is about characters.
You gotta kill this guy before we end up running out of disk space or some shit.
You are right. When I was going wow wow wow, I was doing okay. God damn it.
What was I thinking of saying when I came in here? I had something in mind, then I'd let the cat out, and I forgot.
Everybody,
so
fuck my ass into the naughty. Ah. Anyways, so today I was out. So I started this.
I was taking a walk.
Shut the fuck up! I'm talking now. I have to get on like this special
like
mode. Any fucking ways. Yeah, I started this production group with these two guys, and then their like dream project was to do this documentary show with like a host. We're supposed to go and look at like kind of charitable organizations and people doing like good in the world. And do films about them and do like volunteer work film kind of stuff. And so we're looking at this thing, it's called Girls on the Run or something, and it's like it's a program that helps empower like child girls by helping them run or whatever the fuck. Anyway, it's like a 5K run with little girls and shit. So I'm going around filming that stuff.
How little are these girls?
Like elementary school kids, you know, and middle school kids.
Sounds adorable.
I guess. I don't like children, so I just find them all to be disgusting, and I want to escape. Anyways, met a Digibros fan there.
Oh yeah.
This random guy comes up to me.
He tweeted you.
And it's like, yeah, I'm a Digibros fan. I'm like, what the fuck?
Where were you?
Like, I was at the 5K little girl marathon.
What city? Like
in Virginia Beach. This was up the street.
Yeah. So you,
in Virginia Beach at a marathon for little girls. This random guy comes up to me and is a Digibros fan. Here's the strange thing about it. I never saw him with anyone. He wasn't running the race himself. I saw him watching the race. I assume he had a little sister or something. I don't know what this guy's deal was that I didn't ask because it was funnier that way. And so I don't know why he was at that 5K.
If he's a Digibro.
I hope he does. I don't remember his name. I think it was Zach or something.
Okay. I have about 300,000 subscribers on my main channel. It's safe to say, based on like how many people probably know of me, you know, like people who aren't subscribed but have heard my name, who know vaguely who I am.
Yeah.
At minimum, 500,000 people. At minimum, 500,000 people know who I am. And I have never met someone who knew my work in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
That's what made it weird,
was that it was here. Like, I've met plenty of people at conventions, but the fact that it was here, at this random fucking thing,
everyone I know knows somebody who knows who I am.
Yeah.
And I've never met one. And you, who are probably known online by
3,000,
I'll say 20,000
like
people.
That. Yeah.
20,000 people are aware of you. I don't know if that many people know your face, but of the vastly fewer, you managed to get recognized before me
at a child's 5K.
Yeah.
Which was strange. Anyways, he seemed chill pimp. So good work, dude. I ran into him like 3 times. And I was like, do you know where the little girls are running by? And he was like, right over here. And I was like, damn right.
Incredible.
That's exactly how the dialogue went. Precisely. And I got a sunburn. That's why I'm sunburned.
Like Shade has like people he works with who know who I am. He went to school with people who know who I am. He had a friend. He knew a guy like when he was in.
I want to kill myself. This boss is not ending.
Shade knew a guy when he was either in high school or college. I don't remember which. Shade was in college briefly. He was in college for like 2 semesters. Shade knew a guy who was like not just a fan of me, but like takes my opinion as gospel, but misunderstands my opinion and takes it as gospel. He was
autistic.
Like he wouldn't watch like Mushishi because it was in my boring taste in anime video.
I see.
A video where I say that all the shows are good on the list. You know, like yeah. Everything that everyone fears is going to happen because of that video. This guy represented. He might be listening to this. What do I do? I doubt it. Those people, the people never know my deep work. That's why it's surprised that he knew Digibros. Like that's the deep. Yeah. That's the deep work. He
was in the deep.
He's a real fan. He's a legit fan. In Virginia Beach.
It was a trip. It was cool.
Lived
and he was like, "Oh, is Digi gone yet?" And I was like, "We're gonna go record the Dark Souls 3 shit tonight, and then you're gonna leave tomorrow." And he was like, "Oh shit! Oh fucking shit!"
Was he?
That was his voice completely.
Was he fucking,
Solo Travel Blog?
Yeah.
Yes.
His name is Dustin.
Yeah.
Dustin from Solo Travel.
A better Dustin.
Yeah, better Dustin than the Big Show Dustin, for sure.
God.
What the fuck was I thinking? Yeah, Shade's known several people who know who I am. Josh and Brandon Tolentino both told me they've known people who talked about me or brought me up. I think Marcus said he's known somebody in the military who knew who I was. Recently, Mom and Dad had somebody who was doing some kind of work on the house. I don't remember what. They were fixing up something. And the guy who was here, his daughter was like a diehard fan.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Apparently, like he was talking to her, and they were like, she was begging, like, put me on the phone with her, but I was asleep, so I missed this entirely. Yeah, so like, I feel like I'm constantly surrounded. Like, I think even Dad has said that like he's had like a younger guy he worked with who had heard of me or something like that. Like everyone I know knows somebody who's heard of me, and yet I have not met a single one. And in fairness, everyone else gets out way more than me and is around other people way more than me. But I do leave the house every day.
Yeah.
It's just that none of my fans, I guess, go to the same town.
I wonder if that guy's gone to Kevin's doghouse.
I wonder too.
He's clearly here. Yeah. He can go there at any time. Does he know? Did he realize?
Yeah, does he know?
Dude, comment. You need to go to the doghouse and then write a comment about how fucking sick it was and how Mrs. Doghouse is the best.
Fucking Untitled Abridger fucking flew here and went to the doghouse. Like, he claimed... the way he phrased it was that he came to Virginia Beach just to go to Kevin's doghouse. I think he might be full of shit that he was just here anyways and went there, but he did take pictures of it.
Amazing.
And he said it was the best hot dog he's ever had. Amazing. I think that was an Untitled Abridger. I'm sure he would comment if it was. Yeah, that's the state of affairs. I go every day, every single day. I go to some restaurant, or I go to Barnes and Noble, or the comic store. Never been right. If I wasn't leaving, I thought of this a few months back, but I've been planning to leave for so long that I just never executed it. I should have struck up a deal with Trilogy. I should have found some way to do an endorsement with them. Like,
would they be interested?
I don't know.
I guess they probably do a lot of online orders.
They go to every convention though.
Yeah.
Like every fucking convention on the East Coast. Every fucking time I go to Trilogy to buy manga, there's no manga there because they packed it all up for some fucking con. Like, don't even go there on the weekends. It's pointless. I should just never go to Trilogy if it's a fucking Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, because they're definitely not going to be there. Or Thursday, because they're packing up. Or Monday, because they're unpacking. So basically only go
never go to
Tuesdays.
Trilogy.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Or just go to the con.
Yeah, well, they can be it'll be like far away cons and shit. They go everywhere. But
they also go to the local cons.
Right, but I'm saying I every time I go there and everything's cleared out, and I always ask the guy, what show are you guys stuff at? And he's like, oh, it's all in fucking Massachusetts right now.
The funniest part of local cons is that all the vendors will be shit that is in the area anyways. Yeah. It's like, I could just go get this shit at your store. Yeah. Why am I going here? Why do I need the Video Game Heaven booth? I can just go to fucking Video Game Heaven.
Well, I guess if people are from out of town.
Yeah, but who's coming from out of town to go to fucking Tidewater Comic Con? It's nothing.
Tidewater Comic Con?
It's literally just a dealer's
nobody.
room. Exactly.
If it was like...
it's like all there is to do at Tidewater Comic Con is go to the dealer's room, and it's all dealers that are local. Yeah. So what the fuck's the point?
If it was animated,
you're paying money to go into a store that's across the street.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes, I know it is. Fuck.
Big funny man. I'm a big funny man. I'm a little ugly man. I've been
lightning. He should be able to get hit by the fucking lightning, man. That should be a thing. He should be getting his ass kicked by this lightning. Only fair.
Can you hurt yourself with your own spells in Dark Souls?
Huh.
Is there any way to get hit by your own spells in Dark Souls?
Maybe if it's like an explosion. I'm not sure. Because I started playing a spellcaster at home.
I was going to say, have you ever cast a spell in Dark Souls?
I was like, I have never played as a spellcaster in this fucking game. And I started playing, and it's really fun and interesting because it's a different game.
Yeah,
you know?
It is a different game.
It's totally cool. And I'm like, I realized that I hate everyone who analyzes this game because no one talks about the spellcasting. No one cares. No one even fucking tries it. And I'm like, but it's actually really interesting because you have to manage your shit really well.
You say nobody who analyzes the game. There's plenty of people who do spellcasting runs and shit, like all kinds of.
Yeah, but when I see like the big long Dark Souls analysis by like the elite thinking guys, then it's always like they're playing the same fucking strength build.
That's because
they play it all the same way.
Honestly, those are the people with the in a way, the least interesting things to say about Dark Souls, but the most interesting for a broad audience because they just they represent people who like playing video games to find things to say about them, not people who are dedicated to this game and know everything about it. You know, when you see those guys, like the people who will tell you about like. That one dude who was talking about like how poise had broken or whatever in this game, and like has this like in-depth statistical analysis.
Like if people are doing analysis of all the mechanics of the game and they don't even touch on what it's like to be a spellcaster, then like you haven't even talked about half the game. Like you're misrepresenting a fundamental aspect of the game that is put there, you know, with purpose, and you're just not even exploring it. you're talking about the boss fights in one incredibly specific play style that not everyone's going to experience.
It's not unfair to say, like, no one plays spellcasters, so I won't talk about it because clearly nobody likes it. But, I mean, you know, you just won't be helpful for the few people who do. Who will have a very different perspective on the game.
And it's like, it's something that could have changed dramatically across the games and I wouldn't even know because I've never tried.
Yeah, that's true. It's just so satisfying to beat people up with a big stick.
I think that's one of the things with, like, Dark Souls 2, where it's like they really improved on the spell casting, and I wouldn't know if it got better or worse for Dark Souls 3, you know?
Right.
Or if it's exactly the same. And I'm sure the people who play spellcasters liked Dark Souls 2 a lot.
Possibly.
I'm at that heart-pounding moment.
You said you did watch that H-Bomber guy defense of Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Which was just like...
Which was neat. He actually did talk about spellcasting briefly, where he was like, oh yeah, it's cool to be a spellcaster in this game. Because it's like, you know, one sentence in the video. I did it.
I am the great.
I got the blood of the Dark Soul. All right, let's go give the Dark Soul to the girl.
Kill him like an LP. Fuck boys, know the combination ain't healthy. Tell me if you smell the marijuana leaking up my breath. Blowing smoke and I'm coughing like I'm damn near death. I would die right now. I would be so fresh to death. They would have to say that fat motherfucker coughing fresh. Goddamn fat bastard. Where that motherfucker casket?
Are you ready to see the exciting conclusion of Dark Souls, the franchise? The exciting final cutscene that brings it all together, that seals it, that seals the deal, makes you go, fuck, I've had so many years with this franchise, and this is just like, it's a closing, beautiful kiss goodbye. That's what we're about to experience.
I'm sensing some irony and some sarcasm here. That we already got that from the base game. The base game was the perfect send-off. The DLC is meant to be able to be played before the end of the game.
Yeah, that's why DLC sucks. It was the same with Bloodborne, where it was like, yup, that was a good middle of Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Now you get to go to the actual end of the game, which you've already experienced.
By far the hardest fuck.
Give the blood of the Dark Soul!
Who is this fucking QT 3.14 here?
She's the one who paints the painted worlds.
She's QT 3.14! I love her.
She's gonna name the painting after me.
She was just like kicking her feet around.
Are you ready to end the game by sharing our beautiful name?
Yes. Yes.
I will paint a world of that name.
What is our name? Schmear.
A cold, dark, gentle place. Yes, the new world of Schmear. It all came full circle. This is the end. This is it. This is the last DigiBros. There's not anymore. It's not going to be DigiBros forever. It's not going to be 100 seasons of DigiBros. This is it. This is the end.
Well, for now.
Yeah.
For you. Except it's for me.
It's the end of season 1, bitch.
You could probably expect to get a bunch of individual from both of us.
So what do you think is going to happen first? We get back to regular DigiBros, or Rick and Morty Season 3 actually starts?
So it hasn't started.
It hasn't. They released the first episode on April Fool's.
Oh, thank God.
And then they haven't put out any more.
I've been wondering, because no one has talked about it at all, and I missed the first episode. I didn't get to see it because we were in Atlanta.
It's cool.
We were in Atlanta, and I didn't get to see it, and I've just been like, all this time, like, everyone was fucking freaking out about it, and I was like, and I was spoiled for it, of course, immediately. And then I was just like, well, shit. I haven't had the chance, and then I never heard about it again. And I was like, oh, does nobody care? Like, what happened?
Just round out dexterity to 20 and have a nice, sick, even number there.
But yeah, well, okay. So for DigiBros, I mean, we've been releasing these Dark Souls because of the fact
it's funny because this whole time I was anticipating a credits to talk through, and I'm like, wait. We already beat the game.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's end this by going into New Game Plus.
Oh my God! You're just gonna fucking jump right in.
Journey to
Journey to the center of the earth. anyway, to talk about the
Have I announced my new upcoming series, Creed without the consonants? It goes something like this. No. What was it? I legitimately think that might be an amazing video idea that I might have to do at some point. No one's gonna think of that before I make the video.
No, nobody
and it's the most beautiful thing I could ever imagine. Creed without the consonants. It's beautiful.
So we released these Dark Souls videos before a massive number of videos that were recorded before these ones.
Yes.
We have a shitload of videos with Monkey and Ben and Devu, some of which Victor's already edited, some of which I've already edited, and they're just sitting around on the back room of the channel. And then a bunch that I haven't edited yet that I'll probably do while I'm fucking out on this trip.
Tripping balls, bro!
And then we also have, like, we got all that shit to come out. Victor's gonna keep doing solo ones, I assume.
Oh, yeah, I might have time. I haven't had time lately. I've been working a lot.
I sincerely need video presence of you in my life. Because I think you have the real legitimate potential to be one of my favorite YouTubers.
I see.
When I watch Vic plays, I'm like, I would watch this every day. I would definitely watch. Well,
I might have time. I've got a couple weeks where there's not real work, and I've made like the money I need to make to live.
Yeah.
At least it will eventually come to me in the form of paychecks that never seem to want to arrive.
If you could make it like 15 to 20 minutes every 3 days or so, it would be golden, and I could always watch it while eating a sandwich or something. Replace Monkey as my sandwich channel.
Yeah.
Though Monkey's finally brought back Spyro, which is the best.
God damn it.
Since it's the best one. The other ones are all weak and lame.
Always very mixed on his Let's Plays. Sometimes it'll be like, yeah, this is great guest, and sometimes it's like, I don't care.
Yeah. But you and Jesse and Nate and Hippo, I need all those. Those are the best. The best guys.
Content. I need everyone to make more content that I want to watch.
Should we end this before you fight this guy?
Yeah, let's just fight this guy real quick.
Alright. Holy shit.
Right? New Game Plus overpowered.
I did this. You did this?
He left us.
No.
Boom, New Game Plus is bullshit!
Next time on Digibros, Heir of Fire destroyed.
Wait, let's walk right off the cliff.
No, I gotta fucking, I
wanna walk off the cliff.
Fine, do it.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me.